I'm joined by Holy Cross men's hockey coach David Berard. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
A couple weeks ago, you guys had your golf outing, and
Yes.
it was a record-breaking year for you guys. How important is a program like that for the hockey teams?
It's great. I mean, when I first got here, we wanted to find an avenue to bring all the alumni back together, and everyone likes to play golf. So they had done some outings in the past before I got here, but we really put a special emphasis on it. And over the last 4 years, we've seen it grow tremendously, and it's a great day of celebration of the program. It's a great day of camaraderie, get all the alumni back. We've coincided that with having our team back. Our team comes back a couple weeks early for summer. So they're allowed to play in it, and they're around. So it's really been a great event. This year we had the women's program involved as well. So we had a record number of golfers. We raised a record number of, fundraised a record number. And we're really looking forward to the future of that event.
Yeah, what is the money raised for that? What does that go towards?
So Crusader Athletic Fund is our fundraising arm of our athletic department. And every program is responsible for raising money for their program. They help offset the budget costs and if you want to do some special projects and whatnot. And you know, it's a big emphasis on my job to raise some money. So that's kind of the where we start from, is that tournament, and then over the course of the year we solicit other alums and raise money in other ways. But the event is obviously the big part of it, and it's done. We've been able to do some pretty tremendous things over the last 4 years with the money that we raised through that event.
Now your hockey season is starting up in a few weeks. It's one of the longest in college athletics. How do you guys kind of prepare for that?
Well, I think you just get used to the length of the season as you get here. I think for the freshmen, a lot of our guys come from junior hockey, and junior hockey actually starts earlier than our season and actually extends after our season. It goes from September to May in some cases. So the guys that we're bringing in are typically a little bit older, have typically played 1 or 2 years of junior hockey, so they're used to playing that length of a season. But college is a little bit different because you're juggling academics, you're juggling a social life, you're juggling coming to practice every day, which is a little bit different than junior, where you might play during the week, you might not practice 4 times a week. Here, you kind of have routines set up, you're lifting a couple times a week, you're watching video, you're practicing, and then you might be traveling to an away game. So it's pretty rigorous. We try to be as smart as we can with giving guys some days off every now and then when the workload gets a little bit heavy, when we come back from a long bus trip or road trip. But really it's a grind. We talk about it's like making sausage. It's going to be a grind, and it's going to be something that you got to embrace the grind. You can't get down by it. You can't have it negatively affect you. You got to know what's coming, and when it comes, you just got to push through it, and you usually end up in a good spot on the other side of it.
Yeah, you were talking a little bit about strength and conditioning as well. You guys are working with Jeff Oliver this year. You have the new state-of-the-art weight room. How has that helped? How have you seen it help your kids?
Well, I mean, to have the resource available, a weight room like that with all the new equipment, to have Ollie, who has over 20 years experience at Holy Cross but with hockey players, I mean, that's been tremendous for us. I mean, it's nice to have a great weight room, but if you don't have someone that's guiding your athletes in the right way, then you don't get as much out of it. But to have someone with all his experience and background and knowledge and passion, plus to have a weight room like we have, it's going to make a huge impact. We were able to get in there last year and use it all last year. Our guys came back this summer in the best shape that they've been in since I've been here. And we're hoping that that's going to help us throughout the course of the year, because guys do get bumped and banged and bruised, and to have a good strength and conditioning program helps to offset guys getting injured, and if they do get injured, they're usually back pretty quickly if you have a good strength coach and you're doing the right things there. So we're really confident. The other thing, it's made a huge impact on recruiting.
Right.
When you bring recruits around campus and they see our facility and they see the weight room, it's as nice a weight room as there is in Division I college hockey. So we're really proud of it, and it's made a big impact on that front as well.
Yeah, recruits that you're bringing in this year, what can we expect from them?
We get a lot of them. So we have 11 new faces. We have 9 freshmen. We have a transfer from the University of Maine who has to sit out this year, and then we have a goalie who's on our club team last year. So we get a lot of new faces, and we lost a big senior class that played a lot of games for us and were really good players for us for 4 years. So we're going to have to find a way to offset that and grow with the young guys. But with the group that we have, it brings in a different sort of energy and excitement because they don't know anything different. So they're coming in eyes wide open and really excited. They come to the rink every day, chomping at the bit, and I think it's just given us some really good energy, and hopefully we can use that positively as we enter the preparations for the season.
Yeah, one of the guys you have to replace is Berard. He was huge for you guys. What's the next step up for the goalie position?
Well, we had, Paul played 103 straight games for us, so that's probably the biggest question mark we have going into the year. Not from a talent perspective, but just who's going to be that guy. We have Tommy Nixon, who's a senior, who's been sitting behind Paul for the last 3 years, and we have Eric Gordon, who's a freshman, and those guys have been at healthy competition throughout training camp. And I think going into the year, we'll probably end up playing both of them, giving both of them a chance and see where it goes from there. But I think having that competition, makes practice a little bit better and it pushes each other. I think that's a really positive thing to have.
Now, on a personal note, your son committed to Providence College. Now, for you, you've been in that position, you know the school, you know the program. Yeah. How was that whole recruiting process like?
Well, I obviously worked there for 16 years and I went to school there, and Brett grew up around the program. He was just a little guy. He used to come to the practices and come to games and come down to the locker room, and he was just around the program so much, went to hockey school there when he was growing up. So I think in his mind, when his recruiting process started, that was his dream school. That's where he wanted to go. And when the coaches came and gave him an opportunity to go there, he jumped at it. And I remember we had a conversation because he's still young and he's got a long way to go before he gets there. And I said, is there another school that you would have interest in? Is there another school that you want to kind of wait and see? And he goes, no, this is my dream school. This is where I want to be. Doesn't matter if Boston College or Michigan or Minnesota come along. Providence is where I want to be. So I have a lot of fond memories of my time there. And the biggest thing for me as a parent, and I say this to our recruits too, is trusting the person that you're going to play for. And I have a lot of respect for Nate Lehman, and I know he's going to take care of my son, and he's going to do right by him, and he's going to push him and challenge him, which is going to make him a better player and a better person. And we couldn't be more happy that he's going there.
And then finally, you guys have a tough out-of-conference schedule.
Yeah.
Your in-conference schedule is just as tough too.
Yeah.
But how will that help prepare you guys? Playing Providence and UMass and all that.
No, we try to play the best non-league schedule that we can play, and a big part of that is challenging ourselves to play against the best and be the best that we can be, because we know those experiences are going to help us when we get to March. And it doesn't really matter who we play, where we play, when we play. We just want to play the best. And 2 years ago, we played 4 teams that had won the national championship in the previous 5 years, and we went 3-3 in that non-league slate. This year we're playing Providence, who's preseason number 5. Clarkson's in the top 15. UMass is an up-and-coming team. They'll probably be in the top 20 by the time we play them. And it's all about playing against the best and seeing where you're at. And I think when you play teams like that, it exposes you a little bit. And sometimes that can be positive because you can be on the right track with something, or it can bring out some things that maybe another opponent won't, and then you can make adjustments and corrections to get better, all building up towards being the best team we can be in March.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to that. Good luck this season, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.